A major WrestleMania title match has been confirmed, a WWE star looks to be pulled from WrestleMania, and a Raw star has teased the return of a very popular gimmick, so stay tuned. 3, 2, 1.
Raw last night.
Woo!
On the road to WrestleMania. There's a special excitement about WrestleMania being just over there. Everything seems to be building towards a common theme, and it's very exciting to see. We got Raw started with a bang because we now have another title match for WrestleMania, don't we, sir?
We certainly do. Last night on Raw, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn set their sights on the bloody Undisputed Tag Team Titles. After a bit of deliberation, challenge was accepted. Big brawl. The deal has been sealed. It's on. We knew we were getting it. It doesn't look like it's going to be headlining. How do you feel about that?
Well, this is the plan that was going to be... This was what was going to be the case. They were talking about this 6 months ago. Mm-hmm. Like, this was always going to be the payoff to the Sami Zayn bloodline story arc. But I think everybody got very excited, rightly so, when he became a megastar through doing the bloodline stuff. And it's almost like this doesn't seem enough now. But I'm happy they've stayed the course. There has been this... Have you noticed how, since Triple H came in, we had ideas for matches for WrestleMania about 6 months ago, and they're all still the same?
They look to be happening.
It's almost like there's consistent booking back again. I know it's not sometimes the most exciting thing when you go, oh, the plan they had 6 months ago, they're doing it. But I like it. I like that there's consistency. Absolutely. I like that they have an end goal. I think this is definitely Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens dethroning the bloodline. I think it's also planted some seeds. It was a big part of a story from Raw last night where the future of the bloodline was in doubt, with Roman Reigns chatting to Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa separately, and a great bit in the main event as well, with Cody and Roman. In fact, Roman even dropping a few AEW.
Oh, he's a cheeky monkey, isn't he?
Here and there.
He's a cheeky monkey. So they had a bit of a confrontation on Raw. Roman making some comments toward Cody, saying, "Look at your track record. You didn't want to do the Stardust thing, so you ran away. You ran away and started a promotion you couldn't get over in, and you ran away. Oh my God, he was over. He solved racism. What are you talking about?
That's very funny.
Thank you.
I think I think it was that main event bit was brilliant. I like how Cody has planted the seeds that we could see the end of the bloodline after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it certainly
it's all falling
feels
apart
that way.
You're totally right in that. Yeah, KO and Sammy take the tag straps, and I think Cody is taking the big uns too.
Yeah, he's taking some mighty big uns. Speaking of WrestleMania, there's a few other bits and pieces that aren't quite in place yet. One that seems to have been pulled out of said place altogether.
This is a weird one. So WrestleVotes previously reported that Chelsea Green and Carmella would be tag teaming in a 4-way tag at WrestleMania. But it was revealed last night on Raw that Carmella is now, according to Adam Pearce at least, unavailable. So this led to Chelsea Green forming a new alliance with Piper Niven, and they also lost straight away to the combo of Bianca Belair and Asuka. So this is a bit of a weird one because I always thought that we were just going to get 2-on-2, and I'd actually forgotten about that WrestleVotes report. It's not. I don't want to slag off Carmella or anything. It's not like a massive monumental loss, is it? To the card,
but
they weren't winning. It's sad. It's a WrestleMania payday as well.
Chelsea Green and Carmella. There was some magic slowly being created there.
Yeah, I think
with this team. They're good fun, and I hope this is merely a bump in the road rather than the end of the line on that front.
She's had a rough old time, hasn't she, Carmella, as well? Like she's been through it personally, and she's somebody who I don't really think gets the respect that she deserves, because the improvement that she's shown since coming up to the main roster especially has been monumental. I think she's done some really, really good stuff, and her in-ring work especially, which was perhaps her weakest thing coming up through NXT. Her in-ring work got really good. She actually had some great matches in the end, and people don't think of her in the same way as they do perhaps the more popular wrestlers on the women's roster, but I think she's really, really good. So again, it's not going to change the WrestleMania card massively. It's not going to make a massive impact, but I'm a bit sad for Carmella, and I hope she's okay. Whatever's going on, I hope she's all right.
But what about other changes to the WrestleMania card? Well, Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley update. There is no update. Neither were mentioned during during Raw last night. It seems as if that match has been put on the back burner. A lot of speculation that Bray Wyatt is out due to an undisclosed illness.
Yes.
We don't know the full story on that.
It was weird though, because on SmackDown there was a little Bray Wyatt, what they called cicada, the moth thing. There was a sticker backstage, quite visible during, I think it was an LA Knight promo. This was last week, so it felt like they were still teasing it last week, but it's not happening. I'm going to say it right now, don't do it at this point. There is not enough time to build to something decent. We've got a week and a half. Even if he pops up on SmackDown, it's not enough. Just hold off on it. Nobody wants to see the match anyway. Nobody wants to see Bobby Lashley versus Bray Wyatt. Sorry if you do, you're wrong. But nobody wants to see it, so put it off. Wait for another pay-per-view. Don't rush it, because it will just dilute the Bray character more. It's a mistake to do it at this point.
One match that seems to be on the cards yet not quite signed, sealed and or delivered yet is Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, one that they've toyed with for years. And it looks as if it's coming to fruition. It hasn't yet, because Ray famously said, "I'm not going to fight you, son."
Just like that.
Yeah, despite the fact that he said years ago he couldn't wait to beat his kids. Dominic Mysterio has said last night that he's going to go and speak to his mum on SmackDown and make Dad do it. That's basically the plan there. So we've got a Mysterio family segment next week, on this Friday's SmackDown. That will, I guess it'd be him going, "Mom, tell Dad to have a match for me."
Ray's still going to say no.
Mom!
I think they should wait until the last SmackDown to confirm this one. I don't know what that does to the buy rate or anything like that. Ray should be putting this off for as long as possible, and then the last match, maybe even have the match at WrestleMania. Like, set the match up properly, formally at WrestleMania night 1. Do it night 2.
No, you know you set the match up.
Go on.
During Ray's Hall of Fame speech.
Right. Normally, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. We were chatting about this last week. In this case, yeah. Ruin the Hall of Fame with some storyline nonsense. Go on.
Have Ray kind of speaking like, "I want to thank Conan" and all that, and just Dominic in the crowd going, "Boo! You're rubbish! Oh my God, this guy stinks!" Do that, and then have Ray go, "All right, I'm going to beat you up tomorrow, lad." Do it that way.
Aaliyah, are they booing me? No, they're saying,
saying booyaka, booyaka.
This next one's great. Hall of Fame, speaking of
the Hall of Fame, Rey Mysterio in the class of 2023 with Andy Kaufman. Get in. Did you believe they put the man on the moon in the Hall of Fame? They certainly did. So Andy Kaufman's history with wrestling is amazing. It's an amazing story with Andy Kaufman. You might know him if you're of a certain vintage as Ladka from Taxi and among other TV comedy appearances. But he was the intergender wrestling champion in Memphis. Made a point to go out and beat up women wrestlers and women in the crowd until Jerry Lawler famously stepped in to save the day. Gave him a pile driver that put him in the hospital. He played kayfabe so beautifully, did Andy Kaufman, that he actually paid the hospital to stay there for an extra couple of weeks after he took that pile driver and was sent away. He paid to stay there for a couple of weeks just to add to the kayfabe.
He's the man.
He's
I never thought we would get this at all. I honestly... I was so excited. It was so unexpected when that graphic popped up on social media yesterday. Should we do a bit of Mighty Mouse? No, go on.
Here I come to save the day!
In my younger and more vulnerable years. Carry on. It's the best. Who do you have induct him? Because I don't know if Jerry Lawler's going to be well enough.
No, if Jerry Lawler's not well enough, then it has to be Jimmy Hart, really, because Jimmy Hart was another person that was very intrinsically woven with Andy Kaufman's run in Memphis. Not that Andy Kaufman needed a mouthpiece, but Jimmy Hart certainly had some fun in and around him as well. So I think if you can't get Jerry Lawler, I think it's going to be Jimmy Hart, no?
Nah, Tony Clifton. I think he might be free.
I wouldn't trust Tony Clifton on a show like that. Jim Carrey.
If he's
as
free
Tony
as well,
Clifton.
that'd be amazing.
No, Tony Clifton's a real person. On the podcast feed, by the way, the unbelievable story of Andy Kaufman in the wrestling world. It's a Wrestling Curiosity special. You can download that. It's a 40-minute audio documentary all about Andy Kaufman. Did it ages ago to find out all about him. So that's Hall of Fame. So let's dip back to Raw one more time, because we could potentially see a Gimmick return for a Monday Night Raw start at WrestleMania. Couldn't we, Adam?
It's looking like Finn Balor might be bringing the demon back. So Edge said to him, leave Finn at home, bring your demon to meet the devil. I'd like to meet him.
That's exactly how he said it as well. A lovely spoopy promo from Edge where he looked like a floating head. It was like Holly from Red Dwarf cast as Adam Copeland. And it was... I feel weird about some of Edge's really spooky stuff where I know what he's going for, but I just go, oh, I don't know if this is landing.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The delivery is always really good because
Excellent.
it's Edge. But the execution, yeah, I get it.
But the premise of it was to basically reveal the return of the demon Finn Balor, who I haven't seen since the turnbuckle collapsed on him at Extreme Rules that time.
Shambles.
So demon versus devil, Hell in a Cell. I'm down for that.
I need something done. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm interested in the match. I don't think this is necessarily worthy of being inside Hell in a Cell. I wanted them to put it off for a little bit longer. I totally get why they're doing it. There's something about this one that's just not clicking for me. I don't care who wins, to be honest. I don't care. I guess I want Finn to win at a push, and I think he will, especially if he comes out as the demon. But I'm just not that fussed about this. Did you feel strongly about it?
Maybe it's because there's so much happening at WrestleMania that it feels like it's a bit lost in the shuffle. I feel like,
but it's a Hell in a Cell match. That's how unspecial Hell in a Cell matches feel now, because we've been spoiled for several years having them every October.
They're like Ferrero Rocher.
Exactly.
The ambassador's reception.
So I don't know. I just it's not making me feel anything. Maybe I'm in the minority.
If you feel like checking out 2K23, you've got 2 chances to do so today. I take the pencil of WWE Creative. We're doing My GM. That's louder than I expected. My GM mode, 1 o'clock today at twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Your main event of the evening is this gorgeous gentleman. There he is. There's his face. We'll be playing My Rise once again tonight, won't you?
I certainly will. It looks like I'm going to finish it tonight. Last one. So go for the WWE Championship. I think it's really great. Genuinely, I think the story load has been a lot of fun. Tavish is my favourite character in WWE games history. It just plays really nicely. I feel like they've really captured what makes WWE enjoyable to watch aesthetically. Like the lighting, the presentation in general, it feels like you're in the WWE universe. I don't know how to phrase it. It's fun. I'm having fun is the answer, Tom.
YouTube.com/Cultaholic/live a little later on today.
And I'm on Twitch.
You do Twitch as well?
Yeah.
You're Twitching at 6. Wow, what a busy day. It's Tuesday, isn't it? I'm still not quite right from that trip. More news throughout the day you can find at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.